Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Greatness Engineering Hour show, the show where I bring you champion, I bring you people who engineer greatness wherever they are, people who have a particular knowledge to share and to help us, give us some strategies, tools to be able to go to the next level of our greatness, to be able to us to go out of our comfort zone. And today it's going to be the same thing. We're going to talk about women leadership. We have, two outstanding leaders, women leaders, who are launching, and I'm part of this group of of women. We are launching a program for women called the AHA program. Directed to very ambitious and high achieving women. And we're going to talk about this program today. And I hope that you will be able to understand what we're trying to achieve, because as you can see, feminine leadership is an important part of what we are doing nowadays, especially with this very volatile and a certain world that we are living in. The feminine leadership is definitely one thing that can help us to navigate through all this uncertainty. So, without further ado, I'm going to bring our guest today. But as usual, I want to ask you to get, your pen, your paper, because there's going to be a lot of things shared today. And if you're watching live, please don't hesitate to be part of the conversation, because it's actually about all of us, because we are trying to become the best version of ourselves so that everybody can move forward, and every single one of us can go to the next level of our greatness. So let's start the show. Let's start the conversation, and really discover what this program is all about. So don't go anywhere. We are going to start this amazing conversation with those two amazing women. Welcome to another episode of the Greatness Engineering Hour show, the show that is brought to you by the Tebello Mokhema Global Leadership Organization.
Feel is important is if you just look at the word compassion, when it's behavior, it's something that can be learned, and it is something that we can embody through habits and through our daily actions.
Like, what can I do now with this all experiences that that I have? And for me, it's knowing who I am, believing in myself, and trust, and have confidence that yes, this has happened.
To get this idea that if we interject this wisdom intentionally, I call them needle movers. It's the needle mover that's missing.
So welcome to the Greatness Engineering Hour show. I'm so excited. I'm so excited today to have you two beautiful sister, beautiful ladies, great leaders, to grace, the platform of the Greatness Engineering Hour show. And I'm really excited as well for what we're going to talk about, this program that will be launched pretty soon to help, our sisters to become the great leaders that they must become. And that's really the important part. But before we get to that stage, I just want you to remind us, and introduce yourself. Let us know who you are, and really what we need to know about you, and things that you need to share with the audience, so that we get to know exactly, what you do and who you are. So I'll start with Tebello. Tebello, please. The floor is yours.
Oh, wonderful, Mireille. I am so thrilled to be on the platform, the Greatness Engineering Show with you and Ruth here today. My name is Tebello Mokhema. I am born and bred in South Africa. I currently live in Pretoria, South Africa. I am a management consultant that's been in the management of human capital for over 20 years. I am the ambassador of Female Wave of Change in South Africa. I am a project manager for large scale projects. I'm a moderator of, some of these large scale events and an MC of large scale events. And I'm somebody that's very keen to help women find their voices, in their lives. I'm also a social golfer. I love playing this game. And lastly, I'm a crypto enthusiast. It's something that I've recently found, that I really like, and learning more about crypto has really, changed my life. Yeah.
So amazing, as you can see, she is, multi-talented, and we'll get to, to discover her through this hour. So we also have Ruth from Suriname. So again, another talented one, but I'll leave the floor to her to introduce herself, and let us know who she is and what she's doing. And I think I muted you.
Unmute myself. Yes. Good morning. I'm from Suriname. My name is Ruth Sinkeler. Currently living in Paramaribo, Suriname, and that is a beautiful country on the northern coast of the South American continent. And it's morning here right now. It's 7:45. So you are the first people I speak to today. There's no better way to start your day. Yes, I am a leadership expert, a trainer, a coach, a motivational speaker. I've written 2 books, one of which I have here, the Sexy Leadership book. And the Sexy Leadership book, that's a training, it became a training method. And I work with that a lot. So what I'm doing basically is developing trainings for mainly women or for companies for team building. But my focus is on getting women specifically into their helping women discover their inner power and their possibilities and their talents and their passions and their purpose. Because if we, especially we as women, if we live on purpose and if we work from our passions and if we know what we are capable of and our confidence is growing with that, then we are able to really change this world for the better. And this is what my greatest passion is. So yeah, this is what I'm working with here. I used to live in the Netherlands for a long time, but I've moved back to my country of birth, Suriname, in 2015. So I'm based here now.
Mm-hmm. And I really liked what you said, is, because we women, we are so powerful, and sometimes we don't realize the power that we have, and we don't really use it, to actually step into our greatness and really do, things that can make a difference in the world. And I think that's why we are here, because you saw all this potential in women, and you started this program for high, ambitious and high achieving women. Because sometimes, we achieve things even as women, but there's still this, imposter syndrome that we have. We are hesitant, and we're really stuck in some way to really understand that we are unlimited, and this power that we have should be used, and we can create good thing with that. So you created the AHA Woman Program, and obviously you explained already, about your passion. You told us about your passion, but what specifically pushed you to create this and put all the effort to create this program?
Yeah. Well, what really was my drive behind it? I meet a lot of people. I meet people here in Suriname. I meet people online when I travel, and I speak to everyone. I love talking, so and I love networking. So I speak to everyone. But what I noticed is that I meet a lot of women who are so talented, who are so smart. They have studied. They have several diplomas. They have a bachelor title, two master titles, and still they are either insecure or they have made it to a top position and still they don't believe fully in their skills.
Mm-hmm.
So they are doubting. We women, we doubt ourselves too much, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So I started when I moved here to Suriname. I started creating different programs than I used to do in the Netherlands.
Mm-hmm.
Although I did start there, but here in Suriname, I really started to create programs, and this one is like even a better version of the programs I did before because I am growing, I am changing, I am learning, educating myself, and I really think that it's a pity, it's a shame that we women are still doubting ourselves while we
Mm-hmm.
have so much to give to the world. When I'm coaching a woman one on one, I often tell them you are depriving the world of all the awesomeness that you have
Mm-hmm.
by being so modest. And being modest is okay, but being so modest that you are not fully living your potential and working from your potential, that is, it's a shame. And there are
Mm-hmm.
so many women who are holding themselves back because of cultural pressure, because of peer pressure, because we women unfortunately also keep each other in the barrel,
Mm-hmm.
but also the society where women live in holds them back. It's a whole mixture of things, and I
Mm-hmm.
think it's 2021. We are in a worldwide pandemic, which we are not going to talk about, but we are there. And now that a lot of countries has forced their people to stay home more and to be with yourself. This is what helped me, because I was forced to sit in the house,
Mm-hmm.
and then you are with you. Then you are alone with yourself because
Mm-hmm.
when the world was open, when we were doing all our stuff, I realized that I was outside so much because I thought I had to go there, I had to go there, I had to be social here, social there, and then you don't have time to think, you don't
Mm-hmm.
have time to feel, and you don't have time to reflect. But now, when last year when I had to sit home forced by COVID, and I thought, so what is it that I really want? And who is it that I really am? And
Mm-hmm.
what do I want for my future? And what do I hear? And then I started thinking that we are often so much outside being busy that
Mm-hmm.
that we forget to go inside and see what is there. So that's also in a certain way, the COVID situation helped me
Mm-hmm.
to develop my excellence more, and create a program like this, which is a build up from all the other programs that I've done before. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so I really, really want to see women thrive and live their full potential and believe. So get rid of the imposter syndrome and believe that they can achieve anything that they want. I also created a slogan: "We don't break ceilings, we don't break glass ceilings. We build our own reality."
Mm-hmm.
Um, because you can lose energy in trying to break the ceiling or trying to be accepted by others who maybe don't even want to accept you. Why lose your energy there instead of using that energy to grow, to reach what you want to reach, and that people cannot um, ignore you anymore. So that's what this program is all about. Dare to excel,
Mm-hmm. And that,
and create your own reality.
mm-hmm. And I love, the what you said. We don't put our energy breaking the right ceiling. We use this energy to grow, because that's basically what we do sometime as women. We look at all those barriers and we want to force through, and sometimes that's actually not the way to go. We can choose to use an alternative, path, which is,
Yep.
to create something for us. But I mean, I also wanted to hear, your point of view, Tebello, is that, Ruth started this whole process, but then you joined. So what made you join? And what do you think, is going to be your contribution in all of this?
Um, Great. I think one of the things I've come to appreciate about meeting you and Ruth is about how, as women, when we connect with each other, when our purposes start connecting, that we can even build, bigger platforms, together. So obviously, having had these conversations over a period of time, I thought this is definitely something that I want to be involved in, because I've always had a passion for the development and empowerment of women, because I strongly believe that as we get to empower and develop women in the communities, they are also able to help us build, the communities that we live in. And in these communities, we've got young boys and girls that look up to these mothers, to these ladies, to these aunts. And when they see them progressing, they also then start having the confidence, to progress. We also know that there have been many, many, and there will continue to be many programs that help, women to develop and empower and get empowered. But what I loved about this program in particular is the combination of learning from each other that participants will be going through, and also being coached in between sessions, because the focus in this program is not only about learning about the theory, but it's about getting the skills to also be able to apply. So for people that will be coming onto the program, they need to understand that they're not just going to be sitting and learning, but they're going to have to apply as soon as they learn. Also learning from yourself, from yourself, Mireille, and from Ruth. The two of you are international leaders and coaches, and I believe that by bringing that kind of experience to women in South Africa and in Africa as well, it gives us an opportunity to be able to showcase to them what kind of talent and power, do we have out there. Also, that these women are going to be part of a global community of ambitious and high achieving women. So, in as much as we will run something in South Africa, there will be something run in Australia and in Suriname. Can you imagine the community that we're building by having all of these women coming together and with them connecting, with each other? So I really believe that there is some awesome and powerful content that's going to be shared in the program, and the community that's also going to be built here. That's what attracted me to it. And anyway, working with you ladies was just the cherry on top.
Yeah, it's isn't it? We are wonderful, and that's the power of sisterhood as well, and like when Ruth presented the project, what I really liked is this combination of practical but also theory, and get people to implement on the spot, because what's happening in most of the program is that you do the program, and when you go home, that's it, you forget about all of this. So during those 12 weeks that the program, the duration of the program, you get to implement, to learn and implement on the spot, so you can rectify a lot of things. And then by the time you go out, it's already integrated into, into your routine. And that's really the power of all of this. So we have some, we have some people here on the, watching. We have Whitney is watching from Suriname, I
Yes,
suspect. So she's
Whitney is one of the ladies who
the lady
the
that,
pilot. She was in the
yeah.
pilot group.
So
So nice that you're watching, Whitney.
So Whitney, you can come in and, and interact and let us know, about the program. Let the audience know about the program, since you've been through it. And then we have Shirley. Shirley is watching from Nigeria, and she's already appreciative of the initiative, and that's very powerful. So we're gonna have a break, and then we'll come back and, delve a little bit more into the benefit of the program, and how, how we actually, in more detail, run this program, and the benefit that the woman get in. And I hope Whitney will, participate in this conversation as well, since she's been part of it. So don't go anywhere. For those watching today, my guests are Tebello Mokhema, and she is based in South Africa. Has If you've not been here at the beginning, she is a moderator, a business consultant, a leader, and much more. And she likes golf, so that's the key thing. And we also have Ruth from Suriname, and she is a serial entrepreneur, business leadership expert, motivated speaker, and she is the founder of this program. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back to know a little bit more from that. So we are back. We are back with Tebello and Ruth, and we are talking about a new program that was newly launched by us. Free started the movement started with Ruth, and Ruth, I just wanted to ask you. You explained to us why you started the program, but what are the benefit that a woman can get from this program, and can you let us know in a nutshell what is in it for the woman?
Yeah, the biggest benefit is that they really get to know themselves more. That is the best thing. We as people, but we are talking about women today. You live with yourself the whole day, so it's best if you know who you are and what you are capable of. So that is the biggest gift that they are getting. And then, as my women all from my pilot group told me, it's not only that they benefit on the professional side, in their works, in their careers, in their entrepreneurship, in their businesses, but also on the private side, also on the personal side. So with their families, with their spouses, with their children, because the training is a combination of making you aware of your way of communication, making you aware of your way of thinking, making you aware of the things that you really, really want out of life. I often say to people, um, are you alive? Do you merely want to be alive, or do you want to live? And people who participate in my programs, those are the people who really want to live, yeah, and who really want to leave something behind in this world. Not merely be alive and breathe, but also do something that has an impact on their lives and on lives of others. So these are all things that you will find in the program when you follow it. Uh, the way I started, I give most of the trainings, but I have two guest trainers who also teach from their experience and from their knowledge. Mireille, you are one of them. One of the sessions is the Greatness Engineering training, yeah, a master class. And I loved your training because I love the way you build up the steps of the Greatness Engineering and step into your greatness and the model that you teach there. And then we have Charles Ruffalo, who is a good friend of mine living in the Netherlands, but he's originally from the US, and he's the network king, and he teaches about networking. Yeah, he's the best networker I know. He taught me everything I know about networking. And we as women, a lot of times we are, um, even though we have good things to say and good things to offer, a lot of women are still bad at networking. They are afraid of networking. And I don't know why, because I love networking, and this is what I want to bring to my ladies who follow the program, to have them experience that networking is not all that difficult, and it's not scary at all. You just need a few pointers, and then go off into the world. And because I know, and I think you also know, a lot of women who are so brilliant, but nobody knows. They don't even know. They are not visible. They are not to be heard. They are not to be seen. They are in their own little bubble. And I'm like, yeah, but the world is missing out. Show the world who you are, and show the world what you can do, and make that impact. Dare to make that impact, because you are worth it. So yeah, this program has a real learning curve. While we start, well, we don't start slowly. We dive right in, and then we build up and we build up and we build up to excellence. And as Tebello said, it's a mixture of training and coaching, and that is, I think, really unique about this program, and what the women really, really likes. It's sometimes emotional because we dive right in, but that's good, because healing is good. When you're healed, then you can handle the world and everything that comes towards you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Healing, yeah, healing is important, and sometimes we don't even realize that we have wound to heal, and I think that's what this program is revealing, is that we might feel like we are okay, but when we start to think and when we start to go in, we realize that sometimes we are so wounded, and we
Yes.
need to heal so that we can step into this leadership that is in us, and start to to make an impact in our communities or in the world. And building on that, Tebello, just wanted to ask you, what are the key challenge that women go through that you think this program can address, and help us as women to, like what Ruth was saying, to heal and really become the best leaders that we can be.
Definitely. I think one of the key elements that the program would help participants who come onto it is to be able to find or create your own balance between home, work, and life. And especially in the time that we live in, I mean, all three of us are sitting in our homes. We are doing our work, being on the show, and we are also still having to think about our lives and, how do we create that balance? And the one thing also is about teaching women that, or working with women, that they don't have to find the balance, or there is no perfect balance. There is a balance that works for you, and a balance that works for Ruth is not the same balance that works for Mireille, is not the same balance that works for Tebello. And each and one of us have to be comfortable with our own balances that we find. I also believe that through the program, we'll also be working with women and helping them to learn to not feel guilty about going after their own dreams and their goals. Do you know how many of us have actually stopped going for our dreams because somehow the society has made us to feel guilty about it? And at times we end up sitting in the same career over a period of years because we are so scared of making the career change, because our focus is so much on the immediate changes. Oh, my salary is going to go down. Oh, now I need to be traveling more. Oh, now I need to be doing this, without focusing on the long-term gains that we will still be able to achieve. So it's about helping women also overcome that. Don't just focus on the short-term challenges. Look at the long-term gains, and how do you keep those goals of those gains still inside as you move. And finally, I think it will also be helping women to also learn to ask for help, right? So many of us find ourselves in this superwoman syndrome. And yet, if we want to become leaders of our own lives, leaders for our families, leaders for the work that we do, we have to learn that sometimes it's good to ask for help. So these are the kind of conversations that I think women, we have to become extremely comfortable with as we learn to become the effective leaders that we are meant to be in this world, in this lifetime.
Fantastic, and that's a key thing, as and especially in Africa, where we live for others. Sometimes we women, we forget about us. It's about everybody first, and we forget about our own dreams. We're so scared to go after our own dreams because we're gonna be judged, because we're not gonna be accepted. So there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of things going on, and we end up being frustrated at the end, and because we don't live our best life. And that's an important, now that we stop, we refocus, and this is really the program to do that. Refocus and rethink how we can actually still help people, still create a positive impact, but have us at the center, and really being happy with who we are, and become the person that we want to become, instead of the person that people want us to become.
Yeah,
And
in addition to that, Mirai and Tebello, can you imagine a world where women are so happy with who they are,
mhm,
and women are so confident in their skin and in their lives and in their thinking? That is what they will also transfer to the children, either
mhm,
their own children or the children around them, you
mhm,
know? And because a lot of things that are happening in this world is also is about mindset,
mhm,
right? How do you um, how is your mind? And what Tabella was talking about balance. If we are capable of doing, we are capable. If we succeed, I have to say, in training a lot of women, bringing them together in a global community so that they can talk to each other and support each other, and the women will grow. There
mhm,
is not for nothing. There's a saying that educate a man and you educate a man, educate a woman and you educate a whole village. And
mhm,
this is always in the back of my mind, always. And we have talked about it already. A lot of women are either being kept down by society and cultures, etc., or they are keeping themselves down still, you know, because their minds are being, they have a lot of saboteurs. We work on that in the first session already. The first session is about killing your saboteurs, the voices in your head that say, hey, you're not capable, or you're a woman, you cannot do that, or you're a woman, so you have to be modest, you have to be shy, you have to be quiet. Since I can talk, I talk, and people have tried to quiet me down, but yeah, they didn't succeed. So yeah, this is
we
what
happy they didn't quiet you down, because we wouldn't have this program,
yeah.
and start to make a difference in other people's lives. So that's
Indeed.
a good thing. So let's have a break here. We have Lillian. Lillian is journeying from Switzerland, and we have some few comments here. Shirley saying the fear of rejection is what stops most women from networking, and also we all need to create that enabling environment to assist women. And yes, you're right, sis Shirley. It's really about all working together to create this enabling environment for all of us. And Liliane is talking about not only in Africa, but the pressure is more in Africa, especially when you try to move away and get a different life, and that's all the domestication and that we go through, and where they want to keep us in this box, domesticated box that they want to live it in. And that's what we have to get rid of. So really good to see that things are really, we have this power. And I think the people who are listening to this conversation realize how powerful women can be, and the difference that they can make when they get this power back in their hand. And that's really important for us to work toward it. And that's what we're trying to do with this program. I wanted to ask you ladies is because this program is about leadership excellence, and we mentioned it in the topic. So for you, what do you think is key for this leadership excellence, in a way? Who
Tebello?
wants to start?
Before I answer that question, I want to come back to this comment about the women in Africa. Yes, we do have challenges of domestication, of the laws in our countries, of some of the regulations in our countries. However, there's one thing I have learned to appreciate about the women in Africa is that even within that adversity, we still find the power to be able to make a success for ourselves and our families. I believe through this program, we want to be able to get more and more women to be able to do that. We've seen our aunts, we've seen our mothers, we've seen our grandmothers overcome some of these adversities. If we can get more of our generation and the younger generation to understand the power that they have, I believe we can go so far. And this is what excites me about this program, that it's taking away the noise that says women in Africa are so downtrodden. Women in Africa cannot do things for themselves. It's about bringing up the noise that says they can do it for themselves and giving them the confidence to be able to do it for themselves whilst they are building their communities. Coming to the issue then of excellence, for me, I look at leadership excellence and I say that is actually the challenge. In that, for me, is there such thing as leadership excellence? I think it's more about learning that in every situation as a leader, you are required to bring out different leadership qualities, and it's about the agility and ability to identify the situation that you're in and the kind of leadership response that you need to be bringing in. However, the one leadership quality that I believe is very key, it doesn't matter the situation that you're in, is the ability to be able to listen. If you're going to become an excellent or that good leader, it's the ability to listen to others. And that ability, the challenge for women is that because we are, either we are told not to talk or we are not listened to, or when we find ourselves in positions where we are talking, we are so few that we are always wanting to talk. Sometimes what you need to do to become that excellent leader is to sit back and listen so that when you talk, you are able to provide the kind of advice and the kind of leadership that's going to make the impact and the difference that you want to see. So I believe the ability to be able to listen as a leader helps you to be able to navigate the different leadership situations that most of these women are going to find themselves in. Ruth, what do you think? What do you say?
I totally agree. I totally agree. And the thing is, not only listen to people around you and observe what is happening, but also listen to what is happening inside of you. Yeah, and that is, we are not that good at that sometimes, or afraid maybe to listen to what is inside you. We talked about it earlier, that healing. A lot of people make a big thing, a really, really, really huge thing out of it. Healing, and then they think, oh no, but I don't want to go to a psychologist or whatever. But that's not always necessary. Yeah, to heal yourself is to listen to yourself, to your inner voices, and work with that. And you can do it by yourself, or like when you are in this program, you will learn about the voices inside your head who are holding you back, and you will learn about domestication. And the power of domestication is very huge. And if you can get out of that domestication, the things that you have learned, domestication is about what have you learned from your parents, your family, your culture, the part where you grow up, where you grew up. What did they teach you to follow the rules? And not always when you get older, the rules still apply, but you will always have the voice in your head saying, oh yeah, but if I do that, if I go that way, then I'm not a good girl anymore, then I'm not a good woman anymore, then I'm, whatever. So yes, listen to others, but also listen to yourself. And maybe take, how do you say it in English? So English is not my first language, of course. And also step back from the idea that a leader is always somebody who either leads a business or is in politics or whatever. We are all leaders. Everybody, each and every children are leaders. It's about how you perceive yourself, and how you discover your talents, your knowledge, your self-worth, and how you express that. Yes, we are all leaders. And how do you express that? And what is the impact that you make? And are you aware of the impact that you make right now? Are you aware how people perceive you? And does that align with how you perceive yourself? So this is why listening to others is important. This is why networking and talking to others is important, because we all have our blind spots. But if we never ask other people, and how do you see me? Yeah, then you never get feedback, and from feedback we grow. So this is why this is a group training in small groups. We don't work with, it's an online training. We don't work with groups of 50 or 60. It's the maximum is really 15. And that's really the maximum of 15 women, because it's important that everybody gets enough attention in the group online, and that they learn from each other, that they exchange experiences, they exchange knowledge, and especially during the coaching sessions where we dive in even deeper than in the training sessions. So yeah, it's a whole cake with all the layers and cherries on top.
Yes, it's a cake. It's a full cake with all the the good ingredient into it. And as you all said, there's the external part, of leadership, but it's also the internal part. So it's this integration that's actually gonna bring the excellence. You can't do one thing without the other. You have to blend it together so that you get the perfect cake, and then you can add those cherries that Ruth was talking about. So just again, going to the audience, and Shirley is very active today. So it's more about encouraging every woman that we all can do it, and that's what it's all about. And then action. And you're right, Shirley. Yes, there've been a lot of talking, there've been a lot of reflecting, but at some point it's about action, and we really need to take action to move forward. And the self-love, and Ruth talked about the self-love that is very important. And we have another person in the audience, probably coming from South Africa. Excellent initiative, ladies, creating platform for nurturing of women leadership is so appreciated. Thank you so much, Dimaka. So it's really good to get those positive feedback. So we're gonna have a break, and then we'll go for the next the last part of the show. I can't believe it's already we're getting close to the end. It's been a very dynamic and so insightful conversation, and I invite the audience to really think about everything that's been shared today, and see how this program that is coming to you can actually help you, or even help somebody you have in your community, or in in your family. So think about it, and we'll let you know before the end how you can access more information. But for the time being, we'll get a short break, and be back with Tebello and Ruth.
Join former White House chef Marty Mangello as he brings to life colorful stories about America's presidents and first families that have occupied 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue Northwest.
Is when screaming guests are lit on fire inside the White House. So I know that everyone's thinking like, what did he just say?
It's time to be informed and entertained with Inside the President's Cabinet. Visit the website today at www.insidethepresidentscabinet.com.
We are back with our beautiful and strong feminine leaders, and we are having a great conversation on the new program that we've just launched, and initiated by Ruth, who is here from Suriname. And as you can see, this is something that is being thought through, and really looking at deep into the feminine leadership, and really trying to address the key issue that we women have, that actually impair us to become the best leader that we can be So I see that there's a new there's somebody here. Hey lady, I like your topic about being an entrepreneur, but I would like to advise you as businessman to take a look on the cryptocurrency. So I don't know what is this guy. So I think it's probably I leave it to Tebello. It's your area, and so we'll probably make a show on the cryptocurrency. Don't worry. We had one actually a few weeks ago. So we can have another one. That's not a problem. So what I really wanted to ask you, and we're getting a bit more personal here, is what do you think have been your greatest accomplishment so far as a woman leader, and what did you do well to make it so? And I don't know who want to start. Maybe Ruth, you can start on this one, and then we'll get to Tebello to give her own view as well.
Yeah, my biggest accomplishment. I really feel that my biggest accomplishment is that I took the step to move back to my country of birth. And why is that my biggest accomplishment? Because with that step, I really took care of myself. I didn't feel good anymore in the Netherlands, and I feel better here. So my abilities, my talents, my everything blooms here, and from there I can give back. So by taking care of myself, by moving across the world back to my home country of birth, living in the tropics right now, and was good for my mental and physical health. And from there, when I feel good, I can give, and I can impact others positively. And one of the greatest things I did here was start the inspiring speaking events. I did the inspiring speaking events 2 times the women, 2 times the youth, and 1 time the men. And that was new for Suriname. It wasn't done before. I had like ordinary people. Some of them were known here in society, and most of them weren't, especially the youth. And that is my biggest. I loved all the events, but the first youth inspiring youth speaking event, because a lot of people were telling me, but who is going to pay to listen to young people? People really said that. And I'm like, but they are the leaders of tomorrow, So they have stories to tell. And eventually, because people were very, very curious, it sold out 250 people. It was really sold out. And those youngsters, those 8 young people of the first edition, they blew everyone away. It was amazing. And they are still my children, and they are all like, last week I spoke to one of them after a year, and he said, Miss Ruth, everything started for me on that podium, and then his life accelerated, and this is what happens when you find your own leadership, you build your own leadership, and from there you impact others. And that is, I think, my biggest achievement. And the book, of course, but no, this is really
very inspiring, very inspiring, and it comes down to what we've been talking about for almost an hour now. Is that you have to listen to yourself, and you've listened to yourself, you realize that's not the right environment for me. I'm gonna go where I'm gonna feel right, and then I'm going to be in a situation where I can give to people as well, but I have to take care of myself first, and then when I'm okay, then I can give to the community and to people around me and to the world. So Tebello, what about you? What is as a leader, as a woman leader, what is your key accomplishment, and what did you do, and then what trigger this accomplishment, and how what are the strategy and tools that you've used to reach this this success as a leader?
I think for me it was taking up the role of the ambassador of female wave of change in South Africa, because out of that, I got to meet so many powerful and exciting women and men. And in a way, I started feeling like, oh, I found my tribe, I found my community. I know that the two of you, had I not been in that role, I probably would not have met. And it's just opened up avenues, that I never thought I would have had open. But to come to a personal level, to be, the greatest achievement as a woman leader has been to learn to ask for help. Because I started getting into leadership positions at a very young age. I think I was in my mid 20s when I was thrown into leadership positions. And when you are young, you think you've got all the answers and you should be the one that does everything. And throughout, since then up to now, as I started to realize that there is nothing wrong in asking for help when I'm a leader, and especially when I'm a female leader, right? And also recognizing that I don't have all the answers all the time. So when I'm asking for help, when I'm engaging with other people, it gives me the opportunity to listen. It gives me the opportunity to hear other perspectives that otherwise I may not have heard had I just thought about, okay, this is the task I need to deal with, and this is how I'm going to deal with it. And the recognition also that when you are a leader, there are so many people that are following you and looking up to you. I don't know how many times I've had to stand back and say, whoa, on your own, you can do that. But when you have other people that are looking up to you and listening to you and waiting for your guidance, you can't just go into that space. You need to be able to bring them in. So, and from a work point of view, I spent about 4 years working in the aviation industry in Africa, and working and leading in that aviation industry, working with CEOs of airlines and airports and aviation, bodies across the continent. I just learned so much from them, and I realized the opportunities that we have through my time to sit back and listen to them. And I was just amazed at, what we have in this continent. I don't think we really fully realize what we have in this continent. We are like a big Wakanda place. And the day we recognize that the minerals and the power is in our hands, and we can step up and step into that power, this world is really, really great to sit back and watch Africa, achieve. So we do have an opportunity to learn from each other. We do have an opportunity to seek, assistance and work with each other. However, we also have the opportunity to showcase, as Ruth said, that we need to step into our power. As you say, Mireille, we need to be able to sit at the table and take our space at the table. It's time. It's time.
Sit at the table and don't leave anything, don't leave anything on the table. Don't leave anything, because it's we are unlimited, and that's something we have to start telling to the youngster. And I like what Ruth was saying, and the youngster are the leader of tomorrow. We have to start this narrative so that it becomes something natural for them, and especially young girls, it become natural for them to understand that they understand that they have power, they understand that they have greatness, and they can do great things, and then can do things that they want, they are passionate about, and not things that are imposed to them. And that's really a key thing. And before we leave the platform, and I always want to know, what are the expectation, the expectation for the future, not only with regard with the program, but of anything else that you are working on, or anything else that you are focusing on right now, that is part of your goals or your mission in a way. So Ruth, anything that you can add on that?
Yes, before I answer that, I wanted to say about the tables. Yes, find your seat at the table, but better yet, create your own table. Create your own table, and you decide who sits on your table. because then you create your own tribe with people who are like-minded and with people who share your passions and your purpose, so that you can really, really, really create an impact together. Because I love the Ubuntu. Everybody knows that. Who knows me knows that I'm a Miss Ubuntu. Yeah, we have to do it together. I am because we are. You know. So that was a little addition to that, and yeah, my future goals, of course I have started already rolling out this program. So I'm doing the Dutch program because Dutch is my native language. So coming Saturday, I start here in Suriname with a new group, and I'm happy to say that I also have at least one lady from the Netherlands joining, and two others are still thinking about it. So I have to win them over, maybe with this program. And so coming Saturday, the second Dutch program is starting for the coming 12 weeks. Then Tebello is starting in August, the English program for South Africa, and of course other African countries. Women can join from there. And Mireille is starting Australia, New Zealand in September. But the exciting thing is, Mireille, you told me you are starting with the English version, and then you're going to translate it in French because that's your native language. So next year it will be in French, and we are looking in our networks for a Portuguese trainer and a Spanish trainer, because my goal and our goal is to have this program really go global and inspire women everywhere to step into their greatness, to dare to excel, to become the leaders that they are, so that we can impact and inspire the youth and the generations after us. So, in the end, we are like Miss Universe, right? Make this world a better place. Yeah, that's the thing. It's 2021, and I really think it has to be over that women are not allowed to speak freely, are not allowed in a lot of countries still. Um, Even countries that call themselves democracies, women are still not allowed to be who they want to be and to do what they want to do. We are often being judged still, and it really has to stop. Let everybody be who they want to be, and let women have their voice and express it, and step into their powers. And if you don't want to step into your powers as a woman, that's fine also. We need to have freedom of choice. And that is, I am a big, big, big promoter of freedom of choice and freedom of speech. And people need to choose whatever they want to choose. But I created this program, and I'm so happy that you two sisters believe in the program also, and you are helping me to spread it. And we are working on that together and building the global community of AHA women, ambitious, high achieving women. Next to that, I'm also building a global community, especially for Surinamese women, and they can also move to the other community. But I think it's time, as Tebello said, it's time. It's time for the world, the women of the world, to step into their greatness, Mireille, to stay in your thing, to become the leaders, to impact and to inspire not only themselves, not only their small communities, but on a larger scale. So, world, beware, the women are coming.
Exactly. Powerful, powerful. Tebello, what's on your plate?
Oh, in terms of impact, for or expectations for the future, I think for me it's about broadly growth and impact. I always say to people when they ask me, why do you do what you do? I say to them, it's because I want to help people find their voices and be comfortable to use their voices. Because I have been challenged so many times by people who say, you have the voice, are you using it? And I've been a typical female that has not used the voice because of whatever insecurities that I may have had. However, in the last year or so, I have to say, I have decided throw it all out and use this voice. And so my challenge is I want to help other people. They may not have the type of voice that I have, but they have their own voices. And how can they be able to use it, for themselves in their lives to impact and to influence other people? So for me, growing and impacting, and that's why, Mireille, I am so vocal about getting women and Africa in particular involved in the crypto revolution. Because I say, Africa, you cannot be left behind.
Mm-hmm.
Women of Africa, you cannot be left behind by this revolution that you can manage on your own without anybody else doing it for you. So if I can use my voice to help people to get involved in the crypto space, I am going to do that. The revolution is here. Let's grow. Let's be impactful. Let's leave a great legacy for the future generations. That's really why I'm into this.
So use your voice, and you're right. We have to be part of this cryptocurrency and this digital economy and this tokenization that is happening right now, because otherwise we will be left behind, and everything that we've done is going to be just wasted. So we are coming. We are part of it, and we probably need to do a show with you. We had a show with John Lombela, whose mission is to build a Wall Street of Africa using blockchain and cryptocurrencies. So we are in line. We understand that we need to be part of it. And I see that Shirley is still here, and thank you, Shirley, for staying through. Our voices are unique. Let us use it and make an impact. And you can see the beautiful voice of our sister Tebello. You don't want to miss that, so find your voice and use it. So that's really crazy. So really, a great conversation, and I hope the audience have been able to get all the insight that they needed about the program. But don't stop here. Ask for more, and we are here to guide you and to help you, because it's what it's all about. We are building this sisterhood, this movement for all women to be getting forward, and no woman should be left behind. And that's really what we're trying to do. Really use our experience, use our expertise to to build those women who are still struggling, and help them to find themselves and to find their voice, and use this voice to go to the next level of the greatness. And that's really powerful. So if people want to connect with you, how do they do that? I think I have something for Tebello, but Ruth, how do people get in contact with you?
Yeah, it's very easy. All the information about the Dutch program, the English program, the dates, the costs, the coaching program. We haven't even gotten to that yet. There's also a 12-week coaching program, one-on-one.
Okay, I can put it here so you can you can talk through it. That might be the best way to do that.
The coaching program or the training program. Which one will you put up?
So I'm gonna put the training program,
the training program.
And then you can
on my website, which is www.clipconsultancy.com. You can find under the tab training and consultancy, you can find everything about Tebello, Mireille, me, all the trainings, the coaching programs, the dates, how to register, and everything. So that is www.clipconsultancy.com. So this is the folder for the 12-week program. At the end of the training, women have more self-awareness. They feel more powerful in their thoughts and actions. They can implement, because it's a practical training also, as we spoke about already, in their professional life, but also in their private life. Because if you have a balance in that, which Tebello also talked about, then you can just do everything that you want and achieve everything that you want. Your network will grow, especially ladies. When we are ready later this year and we launch the international uh, online community, because that's what we are working on, building on, then your network will grow even more. Focus on your goals and dare to excel without saying sorry. Because we as women, we say sorry for everything. We say sorry when we breathe. Why do we do that? Why do we say sorry so much? We start sentences by saying sorry. Why? It's almost like we are um, saying sorry that we exist. It has to stop because it's not necessary to say sorry all of the time. Only say sorry when you have wronged someone. But the rest, yeah, we are here. So if you have another slide, Mireille,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
the next
that's
one. Yeah. So what can you expect for group coaching sessions of 2 hours, 8 master classes of 3 hours, and the books of all the trainers? I said it before. I am the author of the Sexy Leadership book. So everybody who participates in the training gets the Sexy Leadership book, gets Mireille's book, Step into Your Greatness, gets Charles's book about networking. So those are all things that you get when you follow this training. And again, maybe you can bring up the website, Mireille, as last.
mm-hmm.
These are the trainers. These are the dates of Mireille's training. These are the sessions. Yeah, maybe a quick go through the sessions. We start with the Sexy Leadership Masterclass. I will give that. And then we go through the 4 agreements about domestication and the path to freedom. Then we go to the mastery of self and out of your comfort zone. These are the training masterclasses: stepping to your greatness, strategic and visionary leadership, powerful communication, how to use your voice, and then the network your way to success with Charles Ruffalo. And then the last one is don't wait for a seat at the table, create your own table. And the coaching sessions are about your why, your purpose, change your perspective, change yourself, heal your past, and your personal power. So this is, in a nutshell, the contents of the training program. And then in the last year on clipconsultancy.com, you can find all the information, and it will also be on thegreatnessengineer.com. So remember the clipconsultancy.com, find the website, and you will find all the information about the training programs, the dates, and the one-on-one coaching program. We are also available for that if you really want to work one-on-one with one of us on your specific goals. Then don't hesitate. There's also a level up your business session that I offer. You will find all the information there. But if you are a woman, no matter where in the world, and you're watching right now, and you're like, yes, I want to get more out of myself, I want to excel, I want to become an even better leader, then just contact us and we are here to help.
Okay, all right. So you've got all the information. I also have Tebello information here. So if you want to contact her, she's everywhere. So she has email address. You can find her on LinkedIn. On she has a phone here, and then also the a website. So if you want to continue this conversation with her, this is how you can connect with her. I have our emails here as well. So there's mine, Tebello, and Ruth. So for those interested to get the program into the program, in Suriname, please get in contact with Ruth. She can do Dutch and English as well, and we have Tebello in South Africa. So and anybody speaking English in Africa can join as well. And I'm taking care of the Australia, New Zealand, and Asia Pacific So anybody interested, please connect with me, and we will work together. So that's all for today, and it has been such a beautiful um, beautiful conversation. And also we're so excited, we're so excited to launch this program globally, because we just realized that women globally need this help, and need this insight, and need this coaching, for them to be able to, like we said, the whole night or the whole afternoon, wherever you are, the whole morning, that to step into their greatness, step into their power, so that they can make an impact, a real impact in their in the world, and in their community specifically, and really start to be part of the conversation, and part of have a table that can be taken seriously, and leave nothing on that table, and create this table. If it doesn't, the table that you want doesn't exist, or you can access it, create your table, and create your movement, and grow it. So that's really where we stop here. Any last word that you want to you want to leave the audience with, something that you forgot to mention during the conversation? Please let me know. Ruth, Tebello, anything?
I just want, somebody was asking me just now in terms of the difference between this program and other programs. I think as Ruth did share, the content of the program, I think the biggest difference for me is the coaching session. So in the cost that you will see about the program, it includes the sessions and the coaching sessions. If somebody then wants to work further beyond the program on further personal, coaching, we can be able to do that. And we know that everywhere in the world, there are lots and lots of women programs, but I want to remind people that out of 7 billion people in the world, we are over 50% as women in the world. So there is never enough training that is happening to help us to be able to find our voices and stand up and become the great people that we were meant to be. So that's my final way. Lastly, enjoy your life, guys. It's the only one that we have. Enjoy it.
Ruth, something or
Yes, well, I am. Thank you, Mireille, for having us today. This is part of my dream, so I'm so grateful that I get to work with my two sisters from Australia and South Africa on this dream. I suddenly remember the first time that I saw Tebello on the airport when she came to pick me up, a stranger, and we bonded like right away. It's so amazing, and now we are building this together. And I'm very grateful. And to all the women, as Tebello said, we make over 50% of this world. So there's enough for everyone. Um, but the most important thing is, I want to say to women, you have a choice. Even though sometimes it doesn't seem like it, even though you are struggling, you have a choice. And if you are in need of of help, ask for it. And this program is for women who are very ambitious, but who are holding themselves back still, and are being held back a little still. But, you know, don't deprive the world of your greatness. Please. Don't do that anymore. Dare to excel, dare to be sexy, dare to be you, dare to be the best version of yourself. Impact yourself positively, and from there, impact others. And you are not alone. I had in my private group, some of the ladies, we were talking about, some challenges, and they were like, wow, I always thought I was alone in this. No, you're not alone. So keep sharing, keep talking, seek help, join the AHA community, find whichever training fits your timetable, invest in yourself, and therefore invest in others. And let's create a better world for us as women, our girls, and our boys, the next generations.
fantastic. I don't have anything to add. It's all been said. So make sure, for those who are going to watch the replay, please, connect with us. If you have any question, we are here, for you. Reach out. The emails have been shared. And don't, Ruth was saying, don't deprive the world from, your greatness. You have greatness inside of you. Make sure, you unleash, and unleash it in the world and engineer greatness wherever you are. So that's gonna be the end for us. Thank you, sisters, for all
Thank you,
the
Mira.
input and everything that you're doing for women. It's just amazing to be able to work with you and to be able to see, what you bring, on the table, and how you bring this sisterhood to the next level. And that's very powerful. And we're not done. We're just starting. And we really, we want you to join us, because it's actually all for you. So join us, and let's make, this journey more powerful and more enjoyable for all of us, because it's about finding ourselves. And when we find ourselves, we start to create a better world for everybody. So thank you so much for everybody, and
Thank you, Mira.
for, have a great day. It's been amazing. I don't even want to stop this thing to end the broadcast. So I would go forever, but we have to go, and we will be back anyway at some point to share, how, we went with the program, and really prove to you that, these are things that actually work and gonna make you better, and drive you to live your better life. So thank you so much, and
Thank
see
you.
you for another episode of the Greatness Engineering Hour show on Friday. Thank you, everybody, and thank you, sisters.
Thank you,
That
Mira.
was
Thanks,
Thank
wonderful.
Tebello.
you. Thanks, Ruth.
Thank you.